I know we agreed to stay apart and we had a million good reasons. That's not gonna work for me.
Why is that?
Because I love you.
I love you too.
That's Gracie Price. She used to spend time at the ranch with your mom. Kind of looked up to Mary, and you would have been too young to remember that.
I haven't been around, but I'm trying to change that. And you're my little brother, and I care about you.
If that's true, then you'll sign the deal with Heartland. It's time to put this ridiculous feud behind us.
They are supplementing their cattle with grain. One email to Crown shoppers would take down their business and ruin Amy and Nathan's relationship.
Oh, most likely.
But it would be the right thing to do, wouldn't it?
Why do you want to be a flat girl?
I wanted you to see that you made a mistake about me.
So you wanted to show me up?
I did, and I think I succeeded.
Hey! That's my truck! Get back here!
Hurry up, Gigi. I'll take the stairs.
Okay.
Dex, go get my grandpa. I think Spartan's colicking. Please don't make me say goodbye, okay?
What you said earlier, it's true. These memories will never be replaced.
Sometimes I just feel like I've lost everything I loved. Everything I loved about me.
You're obviously just threatened.
It's Ty that I can't live up to, but you understand that, don't you? Because neither can you, and you've been trying your entire life.
I will always be here for you. I love you so much.
Ashley wasn't exactly someone to stick around. I can't go through that again.
I have changed.
I can't help seeing down the road. I mean, how long until I can't get on my horse?
Time is precious, and we're not going to waste it thinking about all the horrible things that could go wrong.
The Heartland Season 19 Episode 1 trailer just dropped, and it left fans in complete shock. Amy and Nathan's romance, which once felt like a fresh start after years of heartbreak, now looks like it's headed straight toward destruction. From the very first moment of the trailer, it's clear that Season 19 is going to focus heavily on the struggle between love and loyalty. Amy and Nathan may be in love, but the reality is that their romance is surrounded by enemies, doubts, and painful memories that refuse to stay buried. One of the biggest obstacles comes in the form of Nathan's sister, a character who already made her presence known in Season 18, but now steps into the spotlight as a real threat. She has history with Amy's family, and that history isn't the kind that leads to healing or forgiveness, it's the kind that tears people apart. The trailer shows her standing firmly against any kind of compromise with Heartland Ranch, determined to put her own family's interests above everything else. And while Nathan has tried to keep the peace, even sacrificing his own comfort to balance his responsibilities between his father, his ranch, and his new relationship, his sister's arrival rips that fragile balance to shreds. For Amy, this is devastating. She's not just falling in love again. She's risking her heart after the unimaginable pain of losing Ty, but Nathan's family drama doesn't allow her to live in that fragile happiness for long. The trailer makes it clear that Nathan will be forced to choose between his sister's demands and his loyalty to Amy, and no matter which choice he makes, someone is going to get hurt. Worse still, Lou steps in with her own opinion, and it's one that cuts right through Amy's dreams. Lou openly admits that saving Heartland Ranch is more important than preserving Amy's romance with Nathan, even if it means pushing her sister toward heartbreak again. And while Lou has always been known for her tough, sometimes overwhelming personality, this time her stance feels almost cruel. Yet at the same time, we can't ignore the truth in what she's saying. Can the family really risk losing their legacy, their land, their very future, just for the sake of Amy's relationship? That question lingers in every frame of the trailer. Because the truth is, Amy and Nathan's romance isn't just about them, it's about two families, two ranches, and generations of history colliding in ways neither of them can fully control. And when you look at the history of Heartland itself, love stories have never come easy. They've always been tested by tragedy, sacrifice, and impossible choices. Ty's shadow still hangs over everything, and the trailer makes it painfully clear that Amy hasn't escaped it. She continues to compare Nathan to Ty, to remember what it felt like to lose him, and to fear that if she opens her heart again, history will repeat itself. Her trauma bleeds into her new romance, not because she doesn't love Nathan, but because she's terrified of losing him the same way she lost Ty. And honestly, who can blame her? That kind of wound doesn't heal in a single season, or even in a lifetime. But what makes this season even more intense is that Nathan himself feels the same weight of Ty's legacy. The trailer shows him snapping at Caleb, admitting that neither of them will ever live up to Ty. And it's a moment that feels both raw and heartbreaking. Nathan knows he's being compared. He knows Amy will never see him as her one and only, because in her heart, Ty will always be there. That insecurity is poison, slowly seeping into his relationship with Amy. And while Caleb has moved on to his own romance, there's still that lingering question of whether he'd run back to Amy if she ever gave him the chance. These tensions create an unstable foundation, and when you add Nathan's sister into the mix, it's like watching a storm build on the horizon. You know it's going to hit, and when it does, nothing will be the same. The trailer also doesn't shy away from showing us the cost of all this drama on Jack. We see his car vandalized, a violent act that seems to signal darker threats against Heartland itself. And then there's the chilling hospital scene with Jack and Lindy. The question hanging in the air is simple yet terrifying. Was this just about a horse, or is Jack himself in danger? The idea that Heartland could lose its most beloved patriarch is almost too much to bear, yet the trailer clearly wants us to worry. Because if Jack's health fails, or if he's targeted by enemies of the ranch, then everything Amy, Lou, and Nathan are fighting for could crumble in an instant. The weight of the family legacy is heavier than ever, and the cracks in the foundation are beginning to show. Finally, the trailer teases a wedding, but instead of joy, it leaves us with questions. Whose wedding is it? Could it be Gergie's, as the behind-the-scenes rumors suggest? And if so, what happened to Quinn? The colorful Indian wedding imagery is striking, but it feels more like a mystery than a celebration, a puzzle piece that doesn't quite fit into the larger story yet. But if Heartland has taught us anything, it's that weddings often come with unexpected twists, sometimes heartbreak, sometimes hope, and sometimes both at the same time. Season 19 isn't pulling any punches, and if the trailer is any indication, Amy and Nathan's love story may not survive what's coming. As the trailer unfolds, the weight of Amy's past grows even heavier, almost as if the ghost of Ty himself is standing between her and Nathan. For years, Amy carried her grief quietly, focusing on her daughter and the ranch, convincing herself that her heart could heal if she just poured all her love into the life Ty left behind. But now, as she tries to move forward, every glance, every touch with Nathan becomes a reminder of what she lost. The trailer shows Amy struggling not only with her emotions, but with the fear of letting go of Ty's memory. It's not that she doesn't love Nathan, it's that loving him feels like betraying the man she already promised her forever to. And that's a pain we can see etched on her face, a conflict that may never truly disappear. This fear doesn't just impact her, it ripples through her daughter Lindy as well. The little girl's own fear of losing her mother echoes Amy's trauma, making their bond both stronger and more fragile at the same time. When Lindy looks at Nathan, she doesn't just see her mother's new love, she sees the possibility of another heartbreak, another empty chair at the family table. And then there's Nathan, a man caught between his devotion to Amy and the crushing reality that he will never measure up to Ty. His outburst at Caleb in the trailer shows just how deeply this insecurity cuts him. It's not jealousy in the simple sense, it's the awareness that no matter what he does, he will always be the man who came after. He will always be second to a memory. Even Caleb, who once had his own chance with Amy, is no real rival anymore, yet Nathan still feels as though they are trapped in the same race they can never win. This is where the cracks in Nathan's resolve begin to show. Because while he loves Amy, love alone may not be enough to fight against her unhealed grief, her sister's interference, and his own family tearing at the seams. The trailer suggests that Nathan will lash out, not just at Caleb, but at Amy too, unable to hold in his frustration any longer. And if that happens, it might be the final blow their fragile romance cannot survive. But what makes season 19 feel truly different is the way it ties personal heartbreak to the larger fate of Heartland Ranch. The vandalism of Jack's car is no random act. It's a warning, a symbol that the ranch itself is under attack. Not just by business rivals, but by forces determined to shatter the Heartland family's unity. For Jack, a man who has held this family together for decades, the attack is more than just property damage. It's personal. And when we see him in the hospital, weak and vulnerable in a way we've never seen before, it's hard not to fear the worst. Heartland has never shied away from loss, and fans know all too well that no character, no matter how beloved, is completely safe. Could season 19 be the year when Jack's health takes a devastating turn? The trailer doesn't confirm it, but the unease it plants is impossible to ignore. And if Jack falls, the family may never be able to recover. Meanwhile, Lou emerges as the voice of hard reality, making choices that put her at odds with Amy. She loves her sister, but she loves Heartland Ranch even more, and she refuses to let Nathan's sister destroy it. The trailer shows Lou practically warning Amy that she'll have to let go of her romance if it means saving their heritage. It's a brutal stance, but Lou has always been a fighter, and this season it seems she will become the shield protecting Heartland at any cost. The question is, what happens to Amy when the two people she loves most, her sister and Nathan, are suddenly standing on opposite sides of the battlefield? And then, in the middle of all this chaos, the trailer slips in flashes of joy, like the vibrant Indian wedding. At first glance, it looks like a celebration, colorful and full of life, but when you place it against the darkness of Amy and Nathan's struggles, it feels almost eerie, as if the happiness is a distraction hiding something deeper. If it really is Gurji's wedding, then the question of Quinn's absence becomes unavoidable. Why isn't he there? Did something happen to their relationship, or has tragedy struck again? Heartland has a history of turning weddings into moments of heartbreak, and this one doesn't feel like an exception. The audience is left dangling, caught between excitement and dread, wondering if this season will give them a rare moment of joy, or another crushing loss. Through every frame, the trailer builds a sense of inevitability. Amy and Nathan's love story isn't just under pressure, it's collapsing under the weight of the past, the present, and the uncertain future. Jack's health, Nathan's sister's schemes, Lou's ruthless decisions, Ty's ghost, Lindy's fears, and even the mystery of the wedding all swirl together into a storm that no couple could withstand. And yet, at the very end of the trailer, we see Amy and Nathan holding on to each other as if clinging to the only safe place left in the world. It's a fleeting moment of peace, a fragile reminder that love, even when broken and tested, still matters. But the question remains, can that love survive the storm waiting for them in episode 1, or is this the beginning of the end for Amy and Nathan? What makes the trailer for Heartland Season 19 Episode 1 so powerful is not just the drama itself, but the way every storyline feels connected to Amy and Nathan's fragile romance. This isn't just about two people trying to make love work. It's about the weight of an entire family legacy, the scars of the past, and the future of Heartland itself pressing down on their shoulders. When Nathan's sister steps back into the picture, she isn't simply an obstacle to his happiness. She becomes a symbol of everything Amy and Nathan are fighting against. Her selfishness, her unwillingness to compromise, and her determination to seize control create a wedge that grows wider with every passing moment. And when Lou openly sides against Amy's relationship, the conflict is no longer private. It becomes public, a battle within the Heartland family itself. For Amy, this is perhaps the cruelest twist of all, because it means her own sister, the person who has stood by her through Ty's death and every hardship, may now be the one to destroy her chance at finding happiness again. The emotional weight of Ty's shadow looms larger than ever before. Amy's grief is no longer silent. It screams through her every action, every hesitation, every tear. She cannot help but compare Nathan to Ty, not because she wants to, but because Ty is the standard her heart will always measure against. And when Nathan recognizes this, when he admits out loud that he can never be Ty, the pain is doubled. He isn't just fighting for Amy's love, he's fighting against the ghost of a man who still owns her heart. The trailer shows us glimpses of this raw struggle, of Nathan realizing that he may never be enough. And the truth is as heartbreaking for the audience as it is for him. Because deep down, fans know the same thing. Ty will never be replaced, and Amy's love story with him was one of a kind. The question becomes not whether Nathan can take Ty's place, but whether Amy can learn to love someone new while still honoring the love she lost. And that is a question with no easy answer. Adding to this heavy emotional storm is Lindy's quiet but powerful role. Children have a way of sensing the unspoken, and Lindy clearly feels the tension between her mother's past and her present. Her fear of losing Amy is heartbreaking because it mirrors the very fear Amy carries within herself. The trailer doesn't need to spell it out. Just seeing Lindy cling to her mother tells us everything. She has already lost one parent, and the thought of losing another is unbearable. For Amy, this is yet another burden. Every decision she makes about her romance with Nathan isn't just about her happiness, it's about her daughter's security. And if Lindy isn't ready to accept Nathan, then how can Amy truly move forward without feeling like she's betraying her child's fragile heart? But perhaps the darkest turn of all lies with Jack. The vandalism of his car, the ominous hospital scene, the worried look on Lindy's face. All of it points toward a season where Jack may be pushed to his limits like never before. The trailer cleverly avoids giving away too much, but the implication is chilling. If Jack's health is truly in danger, the very foundation of Heartland Ranch could collapse. He has always been the rock, the steady hand guiding Amy, Lou, and the entire family through crisis after crisis. Without him, the family would be left adrift, vulnerable to enemies like Nathan's sister and whatever unseen threats vandalized his car. And fans know, Heartland doesn't tease these kinds of storylines lightly. When danger comes, it often comes with devastating consequences. The thought of Jack falling ill or worse is almost too much to bear, but the trailer wants us to carry that fear into episode 1. Then there is the wedding, bright and colorful on the surface, but unsettling when viewed in the context of everything else. The Indian celebration feels like it should be a moment of joy, a reminder that life goes on even in the midst of struggle. But instead, it feels like a question mark, dangling in front of the audience with no clear answer. If it really is Gurji getting married, then what does that mean for her relationship with Quinn? Why would he not be by her side? And if it isn't her, then whose wedding could it be? Heartland rarely includes a wedding without attaching it to some kind of emotional twist, and the uncertainty here makes the moment feel less like celebration and more like foreshadowing. Will this wedding bring the family together, or will it serve as the backdrop for yet another heartbreak? Every thread in the trailer weaves into a single powerful theme: sacrifice. Amy must choose between protecting her heart or risking it again. Nathan must choose between his family's demands and the woman he loves. Lou must choose between saving her sister's romance or saving the ranch. And Jack may be forced to sacrifice his health, his strength, and perhaps even his future to keep the family together one last time. This isn't just another season premiere. It feels like the opening chapter of a story that will test every character to their breaking point. And for Amy and Nathan, the heartbreaking truth may be that their love, no matter how real, simply isn't strong enough to survive the storm that is about to hit. What becomes impossible to ignore in the trailer is the way every character is being pulled into this storm, whether they want to be or not. Amy may be at the center, but the choices being made ripple out and drag everyone else into the conflict. Lou, for instance, is not just a protective sister this time. She is stepping into the role of strategist, willing to make cold and difficult decisions for the sake of the ranch's survival. And while we may sympathize with her logic, the trailer makes it clear that her words cut Amy deeply. When Lou insists that Heartland Ranch must come first, even if it destroys Amy's relationship with Nathan, it feels like a betrayal. Because for Amy, finding love again was not just about romance. It was about healing. It was about proving to herself that life could still be full after Ty's death. Lou's stance, while practical, rips that fragile hope away and forces Amy to confront the possibility that maybe her chance at happiness will always be sacrificed on the altar of family duty. This is the core of Heartland's drama. Love and family colliding until one must break, and in Season 19, that break feels closer than ever. Nathan, meanwhile, is shown unraveling in ways we haven't seen before. His struggle isn't just with Amy's grief or Lou's interference, it's with his own blood, his sister, who seems determined to take everything from him. The trailer hints at heated arguments between the siblings, with Nathan fighting desperately to protect Amy and her family from the chaos his sister is unleashing. Yet the truth is painfully clear. No matter how much he loves Amy, Nathan cannot control the damage his sister is determined to cause. It's a tragic irony. Nathan finally found balance, finally found love, only to watch it all crumble because of the very family he tried to protect. And as his frustration mounts, we can already see where this is heading. Words will be said, tempers will flare, and one wrong move could drive Amy away forever. The heartbreaking part is that Nathan knows this, but he may not be able to stop it.